Hello everyone, today I want to go over my 400 dtide. This time I tried to speedrun it, and it took me about 3 hours to finish, but I did indeed finish it. I was kinda expecting it to be a chaos wave, but it ended up being ultra, which is fine. Also, if you look at all my teams, you will notice that there are no life drains anywhere. This is just for propaganda. But yeah, no life drains, very tough. Okay, like the real thing is like even though I might spread DR propaganda, it's still like fine to have life drain, of course. Like there's a reason why it's used. There's usually a unit that generates a lot of key flare, and also if it gets the 200% bonus, it's also really nice. But with that out of the way, I'll just talk about my clears. This is wave 1, half team, supported by 3 broke. Okay, I mean Horla and Clem on the same team. It's kind of broken. Let's see, there's not really that much to it. Got hyperstring just in case I don't ever block. I have this, and this is gonna be, and this was actually like, yeah. So like, even though I don't have a life drain, I just cheated by clicking key flare relics. But you know, it's like that sometimes, and Clementine is a key flare relic in herself. But yeah, you just chill. You can see I have my ultra turn on 5. You can have it on either 4 or 5. There's not really that big of a difference. The difference is whether or not you're able to annihilate into ultra turn, which is a difference. Anyway, this team I just default to the shield stance because basically I'm just playing the defensive version. What's this? Yeah, shield gain plus 25%. So you just have to use less cap shielding cards in order to defend the same amount. It's pretty nice. Anyway, press the posse button. See, there's a lot of this buff. I have 27% crit rate and crit damage, which by the way, that's just 45% crit rate for my cap Piccola. I did not really build crit rate for her, but I'm hoping that once I get plus 12 Alva Wheel, I'm able to combine that with Horla Wheel on her, and then I can get more crit rate. But yeah, just have Clem Rouse, because why not? One of the nice things about Clem Rouse and Clem is that, like, if you save Exalt, you're able to Exalt on like 2 different turns. Having Clem Image does help, but also just having Clem Roused and then using Strike, it already gives 80 ALEMS. Assuming you leveled both of those things. But yeah. I'm just yapping because there's not much to do. You just press the... I feel like it's just the Fiamma stacking thing, like... You just continue to stack resources. That one... Oh yeah, this Orison. I get a... Okay, you can't look at the Orison value. But yeah, I get shielding for playing Hyper Flare, which is kinda fun. I think it's kinda nice to just have it on cap cards because it's more likely to be played repeatedly. Wow, 300 shield. It's kinda broken. But it's like that sometimes. I think this one was the damage version. It's really just a lot of waiting. Also, what's it called? My Horla? My Horla runs burial grounds. But I do kind of wish I could make a TT White set for her eventually. Because if you have TT White, you pay 1 Arif in order to have weakness every 2 turns. It's kind of a very broken effect. I mean, it's not exactly CC layering, or CC layering. It's not exactly weakness stacking, because it's only every 2. But if you have any other weakness source, you basically have... Just know that it's just a very big amount of weakness. And like right here, right? The weakness card blocks 300. This is a calf. So it's basically blocking a calf card full of damage whenever you have a Horda card. So it's just kinda... That's why it's broken. But I don't have it, and I'm gonna be poor for a while in Covenant. But yeah, I would recommend if you have Horla, you try some TTY. I also know some people use this for shield, but that's for another reason, because I mean, first of all, it's a defense, and second of all, Resonance is pretty hard to proc early, so having an extra shoe card for the defense Resonance is kinda nice. I like how I'm just yapping while the unit's just dying. But you can just see it's just a bit of stalling. Wow, what I ever do? Yeah, at that point I'm allowed to take DR. Okay, so the thing is, if you don't have over 100% DR, you shouldn't take DR there. But I'm pretty sure the fight's ending next turn, so I just take DR for fun. You know. And now I let Clem get the kill because Clementine is broken. But yeah, Calf sit around, Yama. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Well, all the Ultra units did get better because they have a portrait, but like, don't worry about it too much. This is gonna be my second comp. This is just Pollux Arachne. I call it Caster Helps, but you'll see like a lot of the damage is just from the Arachne damage amp. You can see I have 60% damage amp, but 40%, 15%. I can get up to 220% damage amp from Arachne wheels. I think Arachne contributes like 100 something percent as well. It's just a ton of damage amp. And it's at the point where Pollux's main damage does not come from corrosion, or not atonement anymore. You'll see I have Celestial Beast. That is because I used Blade on Muchet instead of the usual Celestial Beast. But I had to do this. Well, I didn't have to, I can reset my run, but I didn't feel like it. And this run was too broken anyway. Again, Pollux Caster, Arachne. All of these images are really broken. Keyflare relic. Yeah, I totally... Yeah, Keyflare is fake. Never build Keyflare. But yeah. The big thing for this comp is that because they have... What? 400, 500... Because you have like 600% damage amp, you do really favor base damage as a relic. So this is my Weakling Pipe, and this is my Forsaken Blood. This technically does damage amp, I guess. Yay. Oh, no, it's not base damage though. I like base damage more. But yeah, with this setup, you just try to set up You just try to set up Ultra on a reasonable turn. Make sure that you stack Arachne passive beforehand. And then you just kill them in one turn. Even though I'm missing about 25% damage from not running Blade of Titan, it's still fine. So here, I just default set my Ultra turn to... I just default set my Ultra turn into 3, going into the boss battle. Usually when I've dealt with it, it's in one phase. Anyway, this is the burst turn. You have to rouse Arachne beforehand, or else it doesn't... Or else it's basically you rouse Arachne, and you get to have the double play cleansing take effect +1 time. Which, by the way, it's, in the case of Polyps, you know how he double plays cards? It only makes the cleansing triple play, but it's still broken. I just go into Ultra turn. I get to play more Sacred Hearts, increase my Sin Mark stacks. And yeah, you can see how much bleed I do. I just killed the boss through second phase. The thing is... Yeah, the boss is dead. Kinda might be a bit broken. Of course, it's not the biggest HP boss, but... That's how I like playing it. Of course, sometimes you're not allowed to do that. But... I'm just saying, there's a ton of flexibility, considering that's just 2 turns. Like, you can set Ultra turn on a later date, if you need a bit more HP to burn through. Like, there's a couple of things you can do. This is my wave 3, it's just Muchet. I ran Dreams because I can run Dreams, I don't know. I usually run in April, but... I don't know, today I was feeling the Dreams. But I do like April more. Anyway... Took 3 DRs, it's not that bad. You will notice that I am running in Calc, this DA doll wheel, 8 alien myths, 24 alien myths per exalt. Double SSR key flare. I mean, one of them is... So it's kind of a whale comp. Yeah, a dice wheel. Dice wheel giving 300% key flare region. Like, oh, this says well. And it's true. The thing is, you don't need this many resources, but it definitely made it easier for me to, or quicker for me to clear. Like, I needed less time testing lines and stuff. I originally wanted to run G-Murphy on this wave, but I was like, oh, it has Avid Projector, and it's wave 3. You know, wave 3 is my usual G-Murphy wave. But things didn't turn out that way. Because this wave is probably one of the most challenging waves right now. Okay, I know you can't see the sabotage thing, but I believe sabotage is around 200 or 300. So you take 300 damage. Wait. Okay, before that you saw how it was at... Before that you saw how the enemy damage was at 2.8 thousand damage? Or, yeah, 2.8 thousand damage. And then if you play these cards, it's like 200, 300 damage. It's just a ridiculous amount of damage. And Machet is... Yeah, that's why people like Machet. Because you don't have to sit around too long. You don't have to build up the sabotage stacks. Also, you're allowed to pick DR because they're doing infinite damage. You can see I have 400% DR. Well, just about. So, I can take 3 R. I can usually take 3 DR procs and not die. Anyway, there's the Exalt button. Press the dice button. Wow, everyone just gained so much alien miss. I'm totally not well. By the way, when I'm doing this, and I already have 3 mortal copies, I do believe April might be a better covenant. Just because it gives more crit. Like, yeah, you can see, I almost killed the I almost killed the mobs. Which is like, it's fine. I don't know. The fact that the small mob it summons has 100,000 HP, even more than that. It's just kind of tough. But yeah, this is a good DR. I only take 1 DR from this, so it's pretty chill. And now everyone's charged up because this is how Muchek plays. I'm sure all the Muchek players are aware of this, but her Soul Forge gets 50 alien miss whenever you proc DR. So it's so she basically gets the free burial grounds. And we all know how broken burial grounds is. Well, this turn I'm not gonna get much damage though, because the back mob has 65 fortress, but it's okay. You're not allowed to furnace here, by the way, because if you furnace, you will be taking the same amount of DRs. You'd rather save it when the DR count is different. Anyway, Threads of Dissolution. I don't know what to yap about. This is just the chat. Especially like when you feed her DRs and you feed her very broken wheels. Like you just get to burst in a lot of turns. You can see I proc DR there, and that's because I just don't want to manually take DR, and I kind of want to set up my burst turn next turn because I have 3 silver keys. I have 7 A-Rift because of A-Rift Injector. I have Aegis OE charged. I have every single Exalt charged. So I just think it's a good time to go in next turn. And I feed the Embryo basically. The Embryo feeds basically because I'm gonna be drawing 7 cards next turn. So I might as well just make some room. Start with Aegis OE, it doesn't really matter in this case. Well, it does slightly matter. You kind of want to feed a Scion to Lotan. Lotan, same thing. Yeah. Now you just do your combo. And yeah, you have 3 posses and you have 7 A-Rift to work with. I don't even need the posses. But yeah. You can see I did not use a lot of resources there. And the thing is, if you're running a lower investment comp than what I'm running for Wave 3, you can just use the resources and it's basically the same thing. Or you can proc VR 1 more time. This is Wave 4. I just ran G Murphy here because I was like, Wave 3. You know, G Murphy got kicked out of Wave 3. I have to run it somewhere else. This turned out to be pretty nice because basically the Skull Reaver thing is not very threatening at all. It scales strength, but that gives like enough turn. It gives enough turns to do the 6-turn thing. And also, one of the things about this unit is that this wave is that it's pretty weak to multi-hits, and specifically the boss. The boss, a lot of the damage comes from its self-scaling strength. And Goliath has this Law of the Strong card, which can just steal the enemy strength. So I pretty much abuse that a good amount. So it's just be like that. And I like using Mouse Posse here because I'm just used to it. I mean, I think a lot of people like Mouse Posse. Some people like Caster Posse to draw for the Abyss Hymns. And that's reasonable too, but what if you just draw Abyss Hymns in your first... I don't know. It's fine though, because you did draw 2 cards. That's not bad for a Posse. And it's targeted. And it does make the draw cycles, it's consistent. Anyway. Full Crusher. Only 12,000 damage. Only. Huh? Then I press the Exalt button, so I get a 500 shield. It's a pretty broken thing to have. I rouse Tulu. I don't know, I just felt like Tulu rousing. Okay, but the real thing it does is... Yeah, I can't explain it. The thing is, it gives me some health. It gives me 200 key flare back. So it's only 2300 key flare. I don't know how I'm justifying it. But yeah, Law of the Strong, suddenly it's doing a lot less damage. It's pretty chill. This is usually the way I like to run G Murphy on wave 3. I just stall for 5 turns, and then I go in on the 6th turn. Yeah, it's not even doing anything. It picks off turns. I mean, few turns. It's kinda... It's kinda peaceful for wave 4. You know, I feel like this should have been the wave 3 unit, and the other... And the wave 3 unit should have been wave 4. Just in terms of how I perceive their difficulty, but yeah. Also, one of their things, they mark cards. If you play marked cards, you will draw more marked cards. So you just get to draw infinite. And the Hysteria is actually decent in this spot. Because you keep redrawing cards. But yeah. Holy. Go lit. I finally pressed the important Law of the Strong card. It's really... Yeah, that's already a good chunk of damage. But you can see, I have 2600 strength. Because I stole a bunch of the mob strength. So yeah. Kinda fun like that. I ran Symphony 4. Yeah, you can see I overkill by a pretty good amount, and because I'm running triple Burial Ground, I get around 100% DR. And this is why Burial Ground is broken. So otherwise you would have to redo this until you get a good line. Tap for Mona. But also, its absence is felt less in the G Murphy comp in my opinion. Just because, like, what makes Keyflare Generator so broken? Yes, part of it is the life drain 200% Keyflare region, but it's also that you're playing their cards more often, or you're spending more ARIF on their cards. Some of it is that they have additional abilities to generate more Keyflare based off of their Keyflare region. And it's just like, I just feel like it's less relevant when G Murphy does so much Keyflare gen. Anyway, this is wave 5. You can see, triple Burial Ground. The thing is, it is mono chaos, so if you're trying to play normally, I would suggest you run a life drain on Ramona. But Burial Grounds, don't care. You do want a double posse. But yeah. In terms of comp, have a good amount of Realm Mastering. This brand new wallet thing. Okay, first of all, this comp relies on you having a plus 12 will mooch. So I would not recommend doing this with a normal machete. Second of all, you can see I have one of the good mooch relics. That's probably a fine mooch relic. This is a fine mono chaos relic because Realm Mastery. This basically says every time you posse gain 5 Aliemus. So that can be up to 10 Aliemus per turn team wide if you posse twice. Which is the same as Easter Moment, up to 10 Aliemus. And everyone loves Easter Moment. I do have Silver Tongue to help me with the Key Flare. So maybe don't worry about it. It's definitely triple burial grounds, but there's a lot of good Key Flare relics. It definitely helped me appreciate them a bit more. This is another Realm Mastery relic. Do not worry about the poison affecting, it just gives Realm Mastery. If you're running Mono Chaos, Realm Mastery is one of the most important stats, if not the most important stat. I guess the other one is Key Flare, but yeah. Again, this is just some Aliemus and some Key Flare. It's fine. But yeah, this is the Saya monster. Or I think it's supposed to be Saya. If it's not Saya, I'm not tuned in. But basically what you do is... what you do in this comp is... you basically try to... double posse twice every turn. I mean... when I'm struggling to speak. Here I Shining Tornado here, because I kind of want to save OE for a more critical turn. I have low 10 OE charged up before the fight. You want to do this. It's very important that you charge up your Key Flare and your Exalts. Especially because here, it's the difference between... yeah, 28. I got 28 global because I have so much Realm Mastery. I'm a big fan of it, honestly. Yeah, here I just use Ramona Exalt. The thing is, Ramona OE is fine too, but I also kind of just like using Ramona Exalt. I don't care about it too. I don't care about Ramona OE too much. Because the biggest thing it does is it lets you posse twice. Which is nice to know, but nah, I don't care. I run voices because I don't have a consistent weakness bone source and I don't really feel like gambling on it. And also, right, it does kind of make finding large combos a bit tough. But what I usually like doing is to claim that double posse saves me somehow. Which it usually does an okay job at. Amount Exalt. Now I use it on both the cards. Again, this is just 1 DR, and it also feeds low 10 pretty well, so I don't mind it. We are... I'm not sure if I needed to use low 10 OE, but I think I wanted to save Mooch OE for next phase. In that case, I don't really care about it. Right, the Shining Crush is a bit unfortunate to draw Shining Crush at this point, and I don't have turn rewind, and I don't feel like rewinding my turns either, or redoing my turns. But yeah, anyway, this is a part. Okay, I mean the Saya boss is pretty nice because Tiny Wish. I take 2 DRs. So many, so many posses. Yeah, you can see I have infinite aim. The thing is, I'm gonna be a bit short on the amount of mooch cards I could play. And possibly that could get fixed by playing Dreams Moochette. It does lower her... It does lower her mob fight damage, but it might be worth it. I haven't really looked into it. I'm just used to running April Moochette. But yeah, when I'm taking more time to actually fight the mobs, and I have 10 Avis, you could surely justify Dreams Moochette. I mean, I could try it. I think I probably have a Dreams Well somewhere. I believe I play Queen Sword this point. Silver Key, sure. We are Silver King. Don't see, which is one of the better. Holy tough Ramona, it felt. But yeah, you can see I killed a bit under. I killed most of the second health bar during this turn, so it's pretty chill. I would prefer not to take this DR, but I might have taken it the DR. There's a good chance I took the DR. I've got Mist Realm. Yeah, this time I didn't explain adaptation that much, but it's basically if you play a person's cards more, they will deal less damage. So I'm just playing everyone else's strike, so I don't have to worry about adaptation too much. You can see I'm a slight bit off, so I actually have to gamble a 68% DR. But yeah, now it's dead. And it should be pretty easy to kill here. I just fetched the Shining, because why not? Double posse, this is very important. We cannot let the mob live on 49k HP. Wow, that killed. How could we have ever known that? Anyway, that is just that's just the usual well team I ran. It's been pretty nice for me. The thing is, you do have to get used to the double posse mechanic. And like whatever posses you want to save, whatever posses you want to use and all. But yeah. That's probably gonna be it for now. Those were all my waves. Remember, triple burial grounds is broken. Key flare relics are kinda broken in Arc 2. There's some you might wanna not take, but like, I like Silver Tongue, I like a lot of the key flare relics. I mean, just test it out, I guess. That's probably gonna be it for now. So, I don't think there's not much to yap about. Unless you wanna... I can yap about this. This is Standard Awakener. I think I'm stuck at 17 pity on Kaleido Astral Rain, so I'm hoping it will rerun. Hey. But you know I have to do it for the funsies. But that's gonna be it for now. Bye everyone!